What happened to the guys that's gonna build you a house, build you a car, build your furniture, mow my grass?
Definitely better. As an Orlando local, where are the men? Where are you? Where are you hiding? Because I'm at Mills all the time. We don't see you. I don't see you at Big Daddy's. I don't see you at Guest House. I don't see you at Sunroom. You're home and family, I'll go there.
Things that guys do that are for girls. Getting dessert. Because what do you need a sweet treat for? That's for us. Why don't you go chew on a brick?
Are you his mom? You're policing what he can put on his plate now? He's supposed to be the disciplined provider that provides the dessert, but he's not allowed to touch it himself? If a man even insinuates what a woman should or shouldn't be eating, he's considered controlling and he would be heavily shamed for it. But it's okay for a woman to say that?
I just wanted to confess something to you guys. I'm so desperate. Like, I'm desperate. I know I look so desperate. It's because I am. I'm so desperate. I can't find any guy that will, ever want to, be with me or hug me or cuddle me or, smell me. There's just nobody out there. It's just really hard. You know, everywhere I go, I get ignored and denied, and I'm really desperate. Please help. Fucker.
Y'all, why am I out here driving around with basically a flat tire? Just about flat. I went into Target and I came out and my tire was looking down. And I'm like, oh no, I need air. So I prayed. I'm like, Lord, please let me get to a place where I could put air safely. So I went the speed limit on the highway. And I was like, dang, I don't even know how to put air in a tire. So I TikToked it. And now I know how to do it. So, yeah. Reason number 62 of why I need a husband. So he can do these things for me.
What's going on, fellas? Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment down below. Let's get back to the video.
I bring absolutely nothing to a man's life. I bring nothing to the table. I was married for 22 years. I left it all there. I will not cook for you any night of your life. You have kids? Great. Can we pretend like it's flowers in the attic? I don't want to see them or hear them. Got a mom? I don't want to meet her. I'm not doing your laundry. I'm not cleaning up. I'm definitely not digging you out of debt. I'm not cheering you on in life. You're an adult. Cheer for yourself. I did all that and more for decades. I have nothing left to give. Quite honestly, I probably shouldn't have given it at all to begin with. Because look where it got me. Divorced. At this stage in the game, post-divorce, adult children, no man wants me. I'm nothing more than just a warm body. That's it. Just over there in the corner, a warm body. I don't ask for anything, and I give even less than I ask for. So really, what's the point? We can just look at each other, take up space in the same house. The only real benefit I see is sort of like a in-person life alert. You know, if I see you go down, I'll call 911.
I had a guy over just to cuddle. I was like, hey, want to come over and only cuddle? And for some reason he agreed to this. I was like, you're getting nothing else. I just want to be held. And I have to say, it was like the best sleepover ever.
Ladies, trust me when I tell you that men get just as much out of this as you do. They love to cuddle because most men absolutely love physical touch. They need that to feel loved. And that does not just include being intimate with you. I bet you anything this man had some of the greatest sleep of his life.
I've done this with every single relationship I've ever been in. I get back with them until I'm the one who walks away. I get back with them until I'm like, oh, this isn't it. Until you walk away without hate. I used to say get back with them until you hate them. No, because if you hate them, you still have feelings for them. You get back with them until you can look them in the eyes just like any other person and be like, hey, we're just not a good fit. It's just not working. You're just not up to my standards. And that's not my problem. You go back until that's how you feel. Until you just can walk away with no feelings, complete detachment, in peace, until you can walk away in peace.
I don't know if you meant this as a joke or if you were being serious, but if men are the prize, how many prizes have you won? And I'm not about to sit here and talk about men or, try to say too many negative things. But if y'all truly believe that men are the prize, then why don't you have more man friendships? Why don't y'all hang out, get together, go be friends and associate and spend time together? I'm not saying you have to date each other and be romantic with each other, but if you guys are so great, you guys are such prizes, I would think that this male loneliness epidemic wouldn't be such a thing. You know? If you want to be a man that a woman considers to be the prize, then be the type of man that a woman would consider to be a prize. But just being a man, that's not gonna cut it.
I've never had my heart broken because I think I'm too logical. But now I feel like I'm out here flailing in the wind. Brock can break my heart at this point because I'm locked in.
Are you mentally prepared if that were to ever happen?
I will absolutely have my heart broken in this marriage. And I think that it's necessary for our next level. I think that people break your heart because you love them and you have expectations of them and they fall short of your expectations. But that doesn't mean that they're wrong for you, nor does that mean that you should leave them. Maybe I'm ready for heartbreak. I'm not prepared because I haven't experienced it. But I think if that were to happen, I think it would be necessary for our next level of evolution. And maybe I just look at things crazy. Vice versa. I think I'll break his heart because heartbreak just comes down to severe disappointment, right? Sadness, misunderstanding, miscommunication, space. You feel like you've been let down to a crazy degree. That's heartbreak, right?
Ladies, whether you want to believe it or not, men are the prize. Now, there's thousands of reasons why men are the prize, and there's a lot of supporting facts as to why men are truly the prize. But I'm going to give you guys just a few just so you can understand where I'm coming from. One of the reasons that we can start off with is just the simple one, supply and demand. There are groups of women out here that fight over and also share men. You show me a group of men that have to fight over women and also share their women. There's also thousands of videos of 80% of women wanting to be with 10% of men. So look at it as this. Even if those 10% of men was to marry all the women, there'll still be millions of women by themselves lonely. As I've said before, men hold the key to relationships and marriages. Us as women only give access to. With men holding the key to relationships, it also comes with a few things. It comes with masculinity, it comes with resources, and it also comes with the ability to provide, which is some of the few things that women look for from a man. That's my opinion. I believe men are the prize. So stop asking these men what can they bring to the table. If anything, bring a resume with you and tell him why he should pick you over thousands of women.
These modern women, they continue to want a provider man, guy who pays for everything. You know, Kevin Samuels used to talk about, do you want, or he used to ask the question, do you want to work to pay significant bills? You know, and a lot of these modern women said no. And I think the split was usually around 70-30. And really, honestly and truly, a lot of these women wanted 100 to 0. A man's way. You do 100% and I do 0%. I'm remembering a modern woman talking about, I want the man to go to work and work 12 hours a day, and then I want him to come home and split chores with me. What? So they want the man to be in a traditional role, but then they don't want to be a traditional wife, right? A man's not going to really get anything in return but more work, more headache, more grief. Absolutely not.
Mandatory vasectomies for baby boys. Yeah, I said it. And if that made you flinch, good. You won't want to miss part 2 either. Trust me. You want to solve half of society's problems? Start there. Because here's the truth. Men don't want to wear condoms. They don't want accountability. They want raw. And when the baby comes, they say, oh, it's not my problem. So fine. Mandatory vasectomies. Problem solved. Abortions, they would drop overnight. Date rape pregnancies, gone. Single motherhood, cut in half. Generational trauma, reduced. And crime? Crime would plummet. Because fatherless homes are the #1 pipeline to gangs and prison. Fix the fathers, fix the future.
This is a woman who literally hates men down to the point where she wants to sabotage a small baby, because in her mind, there's no world in which that baby boy grows up to be a man of honor, a man of virtue, or any. It's just not possible, right?
I just want to know, where are all the pay my rent boyfriends at?
Here comes the boom.
But I feel like at this point, I've been paying my own bills for like 100 years, and I'm like really tired of it.
Who's ready for a free ticket to Delululand, courtesy of Pay My Rent Paula?
So where are they? What happened to you guys?
I ain't giving you.
Like pay the bills. I'll do, I don't know. I don't really cook.
To me, that sounds like a pretty deal. He gets to pay all her bills and she can't even hook him up a meal. Where's my sandwich?
I can clean. I clean a lot. I like it. It's fun for me.
I wish you really were playing dumb.
You can cook though, and pay my rent.
Flag on the play. Not only can she not cook, but he gotta cook for her and pay all the bills.
Nah, I don't think so.
This is what you get, guys, when you choose the fun girl.
And you can see my roots are rooting. I
don't give a
did get my nails done today though, because it's rather inexpensive. It was only $25 for a gel manicure. Hey.
Something tells me that came off of somebody else's.
So let me know.
Gentlemen, please be careful of the pretty parasites that's looking for the Simpy McSimpleton type. And if you don't want to end up in a trick bag like this and you meet a girl like her, show her tail lights and tailpipes.
We need to have a conversation about how delulu a lot of modern women are, because frankly, it's gotten out of hand.
As we're all very much aware, we are living through a chopped man epidemic, big shortage of baddies. It's gone so bad to the point that, like, if I see an attractive man, it genuinely makes my day.
There was a room full of beautiful, accomplished women, a lot of nice men, but only a few of them that everyone wanted. And the very few acted like they were the prize. They literally would only talk amongst themselves. They would not initiate conversation with women unless the host told them to.
I hate dating as a woman in tech because if I try to date a guy in tech, they're typically really ugly and they have a whole bunch of nerdy interests that I can't relate to.
I know a lot of women will apparently find this shocking information, but good-looking men tend to go for good-looking women. There isn't a shortage of attractive men or men who are willing to ask women out on dates. Those men exist, and there are plenty of them. They're just not going after women like the ones we just saw. So if you're one of these women and you're wondering where all the good-looking guys are or why they're not paying attention to you, like, I'm honestly not saying this to be cruel. I just think we need to be realistic here. There are a lot of average or even below average women out there who for some reason think they deserve to be with Henry Cavill. And don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with having high standards, but what's so delusional about all this is that these women seem to have really high standards for men, but conversely, they don't seem to be trying to meet men's standards at all. Which, yeah, dress how you want, look how you want, that's fine, but then don't come on here looking like a slob lamenting that, oh, all the men nowadays are chopped, or none of the good-looking ones want me. Like, miss, have some self-awareness. And before anyone accuses me of shaming these women, let's be perfectly clear that they are the ones who started all of this by coming on here and putting down other people's looks. These women have no problem pointing out all the flaws that men have, so they should be able to hear that they're not exactly the perfect catch either.
This might make people mad, but I think modern dating is extremely selfish. People date because they are bored. They date because they simply just want attention. They date because they don't want to be alone. They date just to have someone there. But nobody talks about the fact that there is somebody else involved. Another person getting attached. Another person building feelings. Another person thinking that this might actually go somewhere. We act like dating is harmless, but it's not. You are involving someone else's heart, someone else's time. You are involving someone else's emotions. And sometimes you are involving someone else's future. And I know this is an unpopular opinion, but if you already know that you would never marry that person, you probably should not be dating them, because that's how people end up feeling used, feeling led on, feeling like they were a placeholder while someone else was waiting for something better to come along. Your heart is not practice, and other people are not practice either. Date with intention or stay single until you are ready.
And you know, this guy's talking about how his wife was acting crazy. You know, a lot of modern women try to pull a power move, and they try to say, oh, well, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna go here, and I'm gonna act like this, and the court's gonna tell you off. Modern women rarely have their house in order. Rarely. It's very rare that they have their house in order. And a lot of times they suffer for it. They don't think that they have to follow the law. There's actually a guy in the comments said, you know, I had the same thing happen to me, where my ex-wife tried to take me to court. And of course, she didn't have her life in order. And she was shocked. She was shocked when the court actually told her that she owed me somewhere around the tune of $10,000. And the thing that I had to pay, they actually dropped it to around $100 or so, or something like that, hundreds of dollars, somewhere around that. Shocked. Because they think that they can cry and snot and spit and boo-hoo, and that even after a divorce, a man is supposed to be taking care of them. No, ma'am. Go out there and get a job.
This is all we want. We want a man who acts like a man, who's manly, who takes care of things. Leader, I don't need you to kill an alligator with your hands, but I need to feel so feminine around you, because you are so masculine that I can turn my brain off because I know you've got it. Yeah. I trust you. I trust your intellect. I trust your character. I trust that I can close my eyes and follow you blindly, and I'm going to be happy about where I end up. That's what it's about. We go out. I don't have to use my brain. I don't have to think. You know what I mean? Order the whole thing for us. Take me, plan the thing. Say you tell me where we're going, and we're all set.
This is the politically correct way of asking you to finance her lifestyle. All they want is providers. The moment a woman tells you a real man is a man that pays for every single thing and she has to turn her brain off, what guy wants a woman whose brain shuts off when he's around her? She sounds useless to me. These women be pretty useless. There's no use case for the average woman because all she wants you to do is to pay for everything. She basically wants a dad. Look what she listed. That's your father. You want your father. These women want caretakers. They don't want partners. So the moment you start hearing a woman talking about, she didn't mention anything about values. She didn't mention spirituality. She didn't mention anything about, a good father. Nothing about morals. Nothing about that. It's all financial means. That's all these women want. So stop wasting your time with these low-value women, because I don't care how good a woman looks. I don't care how much money she may have. The moment a woman tells you that she just wants you to provide for her, she's now low value. Because no high-value woman is just saying that all I want a man to do is put more money in my pocket. Because if you're already good, you've already established so much, you're going to want to help a man out as well. You're going to want to see a man get further. You're going to want to invest in him. And think about this entire time. She speaks nothing about what she's going to reciprocate, what she's going to feed into him, what comes with that. All that comes with that is some standard box you can get anywhere. I'm telling you right now, you can get this anywhere. There's a girl in the Midwest right now with the same box as her. So stop wasting your time with these low-value women, man. It's trust fund baddies only.
One of my favorite forms of hetero is a very powerful straight woman that absolutely hates men, that dates a little subby man that's afraid of her. Sister, you did that. I'm so proud of you. I'm just like watching a movie, crying, eating my popcorn, like, yes, this is the world we need to live in. And my take is that I think that for straight women, they're like, when am I going to find my person? Like, when am I going to find a nice guy? Step 1, do you hate men? Step 2, did you stop dating them? Step 3, it'll all work out. I promise you, in the long run, it'll be a beautiful thing.
At some point as a man, you will start to realize that if you continue to be in relationships and the woman think like this, you are taking advantage of them. You really taking advantage of a woman. Like, this is a different level of crazy. This is a different level of delusion that need to be studied. Because y'all call every single thing about men, and then you go describe a man that's gonna make you happy all of a sudden. 3 million views on this shit. All women agreeing with this stupid. Look, if you have kids, they're going to be watching how y'all treat each other. And you think you're supposed to be a hateful person to your partner? You so selfish and inconsiderate. This really made you tear up, huh? Everything is just about y'all. These people are really loyal to their feelings only. Because they live in their head and their thoughts turn into feelings. She thinking about the dumbest shit and making her feel like this is what love is. And then they be asking what a real man at. Not in y'all head. They in the real world, but y'all don't appreciate real. Y'all like to think about things that make y'all feel good. But actions speak louder than words or thoughts. Nothing is happening up there, but it just made you feel better than any man in real life probably could. It's so crazy when these women would rather choose a bear. They would rather take accountability for who they are. A lot of them really need to be checked in somewhere. And the fact that the government will give them custody most of the time, they want the kids to grow up the way they growing up. That's how it happened to them. Subscribe to my YouTube, Planet Reality.
Black women have been my enemy my entire life.
They've been your what?
My enemy.
What? What do you mean your enemy? How old are you?
28. I was interested in marrying her.
And what do you do for a living?
I'm a musician and an Uber driver.
What?
I know.
Are you serious? Are you trolling me? Ninja,
no,
what?
I'm not.
Ninja, what? Your enemy is your pocketbook. God damn.
I know.
Don't come here and talk about black women. I mean, are you being serious, bro?
I am, but the finances is definitely something.
No. You actually came in here to tell me that you dated a black woman who's pursuing 2 dual doctorates.
I'm a PhD.
And you're a goddamn Uber driver and a musician. That's not a problem, except you frame black women as your enemy. And your enemy is your inability to be productive on a serious level. See, you haven't found yourself. And if I go with what you said, your failure in relationships are justified by calling black women your enemy, instead of looking in the mirror and saying, where am I at? You said you were looking at her to be a wife, possibly. What makes you a husband?
Outside, from what standpoint?
Can you provide for a family?
Not yet, no.
Then you were dating this woman with the eye to marry her and you couldn't even provide for a family. Your problem isn't the women, man.
Woman in the comments here says, my ex owes me 14 and a half years of support, 5 contempt of court, and still nothing. No money to pay for more lawyers. Already had 6, and ex is buying them off, and the lawyer drops my case because I can't pay. It looks like it's time for you to get a job. What y'all try to do is rack up charges to get that man to pay you money. You know, and let's say, let me give you the benefit of the doubt here. Let's say this man, again, probably because of court order, he is supposed to be paying you back, okay? He is supposed to do that. What do modern women do when everything hits the fan? Because this is the exact question that men have to answer all of the time. All of the time they have to deal with this type of stuff. What happens when stuff hits the fan? When I'm ordered to pay something that I didn't know I had to pay, when I'm ordered to do something I didn't know I had to do. I have to go out there and make it happen. But these modern women continue to say that they don't need a man. And then when it's time for them to actually show they don't need a man, they try to drag the man back to court. What happened to making it happen? What happened to you didn't need a man? Oh, okay.
I want to see why men stopped approaching women in public.
You got a boyfriend or something?
Oh, they're not jacking him at all.
No, that's enough.
Oh.
What do you mean?
What are you doing?
I'm just asking for a number.
We have no context in this situation. We don't know the ages of the girls that have been approached or the age of the person approaching them. But what we can see here is that this guy is talking to the young girls and it is perceived as negative. And because of that, this other woman right here interjected in the situation. Is she doing the right thing? Let's see.
No, she's not giving it to you. If she's giving it to you.
Was I talking to you?
Okay, so she's clearly jumping in to try to defend these young girls. Again, we don't know how long they've been talking. This young lady is clearly doing what she believes is right, so I have nothing against it, but I do want us to understand that this guy is approaching these girls, and look how negatively it is perceived. He approaches them, he's talking to them for a little bit of time, we don't know, but she jumps in immediately because it's seen as a threat rather than an approach for a possible relationship. What happens next highlights how the entire dating game has changed.
No wonder why boys don't approach girls anymore. Jeez, in my generation, we're nice.
I'm saying. Right?
No, I'm saying you're right. I'm defending them.
I'm saying. You say I'm right.
This woman has been around and witnessed the whole situation, so she may see a different perspective.
It's okay. Relax. She's not going to nobody's kidding. Relax.
Lady put a spotlight on this entire situation. She talks about how during her time period, women were nicer, and it's not about women being nice. It's just to show how much the generation and society has changed, where dating back then was seen as more innocent and it is seen as more purposeful, but today it's seen more and negative. And listen, I'm not going to defend this guy. He's walking around with meta glasses on. He's not perfect, but look at the response that he has gotten from just trying to get somebody's number. She's clearly seeing this as harmless.
I know, right? It's so crazy.
Why I think people are so lonely? When men can't approach without it being negative and women can't be approached without it seeming, dangerous, we're in a terrible cycle. But y'all let me know what y'all think. Was this lesson a hit or a miss?
When I tell you that I am tired of being a strong, independent woman, I mean it. Oh my God, I'm tired of being strong and I'm tired of being independent. My mom left to Florida to go live with her boyfriend when I was 16, situated my siblings and left me literally to figure out my shit. I didn't have nowhere to go. I had to go hang out and stay at a friend's house and stay at another friend's house, and ended up moving in with some lady where the beginning of my drug abuse started. That only lasted a few years, but ever since I was 16, I've had to fend for myself. Even when I was married, even when I was in a relationship with my other baby daddy, I ended up being a single mom. I've had to be a strong, independent woman forever. And today, I got into a fender bender in the parking lot of the Smiths across my apartments. And I realized that, first of all, I hated that I don't have a mom and I don't have a dad. My mom was a human, and anyways, they're both. So I felt helpless. I felt so bewildered at the situation because I've never been in a fender bender. And even though I'm 45, it was just something new to me, and I hated that I didn't have anybody to call. And then I just lost my the rest of the day. I don't like being a strong, independent woman. It's exhausting. Yeah. I don't have a man in my life to rescue this damsel in distress. I'm tired of being a strong, independent woman. I just want to be able to one day, right now with my car, I need help. I don't know how to. My car situation made me realize that I'm not a strong, independent woman. I need help. I need help. I need somebody in my life. And I don't have a mom and a dad. And that fucked me up today. So, here's to all the rest of you strong, independent women. I know you feel like me, and I know you're tired of it. I'm tired. And I just wish there was somebody that would take care of me sometimes.
I know this is going to sound real crazy. I know this is going to go over a lot of people's heads. But I feel like men who don't want to date women with children have issues with their own mother. Why? Because I don't understand a man who doesn't want to date women with children when you come from a mother, when you come from a woman. And I'm pretty sure your mom has children, which means you have siblings. So how do you feel about your mother? It doesn't make any sense to me. Some will say, well, that's his choice. He can feel how you want to feel. He doesn't have to date a woman with children because he comes from a woman. This is true, but I feel like you're projecting trauma onto other people because you haven't healed from whatever happened to you or however you may feel about your own family or about your own mom. Men who don't want to date women with children either don't like their mother or they have mom issues. Go get healed, stop projecting your trauma on other women, other people, and do the right thing. Let me know what you guys think about that. Do you feel like men who don't want to date women with children are right in how they feel, or do you feel like it's their choice? Let's talk about it.
This is such a classic coping mechanism by modern women or single mothers who are modern women, and specifically black single mothers who are modern women. And that tactic is to tie either their terrible or bad behavior or bad decision making, bad outcomes to something virtuous. Or more specifically, and this is what black women do a lot, tie their bad behavior and bad decisions to your mother. Why do you not like this? Isn't your mother like this? It is so absurd because they don't use the same logic and apply it to their dad. They never go, why don't I want a man who makes $45,000 a year? Why don't I want a man who doesn't have a college degree? Because your father was like that. Your father was this, so why don't you like that? It is such an absurd concept, but women do it all the time. It's a sign of a low-functioning woman trying to use shame, insults, and guilt to try to get you to do something. But everything she says in this video is so absolutely illogical. And women, and single mothers specifically, can't grasp the concept that their situation is just undesirable. It has nothing to do with childhood trauma. It has nothing to do with hating yourself. It has nothing to do with hating your mom because you came from a single mom. Actually, wouldn't I be an eyewitness to not getting involved with a single mother if my mom was a single mother? Why is it that you take it as some sort of trauma and I don't want to be involved in that anymore, instead of taking it as I was an eyewitness to this being a terrible existence growing up with a single mother, and I do not want to repeat that? That should be the takeaway from men who do not want to date single mothers, even though they came from a single mother. Not that they're under some sort of trauma, some sort of stress, some sort of reaction to that. And the last point is this. You can't escape this fact. If you have a woman, everything is the same. One has a child and one has not. It is undesirable to pick the woman with a child because the child brings more challenges. It requires more money because the child is a liability. That is the only reason. There is no reason that involves trauma. There is no reason that connects back to my mother. This is an undesirable situation, period.
But again, you have a lot of stories here in the comments. A man says, my ex-wife, asked me to get back with her 20 years after we'd divorced because she ran off with another guy. Of course, it was a big no for me, right? The other guy says, absolutely don't take her back. You're not an option. You're doing well. Keep going, right? Another guy says, you don't know what to do. She left you for another man. Do not take her back. She hasn't an ounce of respect for you. And you read a lot of these comments and you find yourself thinking, how did we even get here? How do we even get to the situation? The audacity of a lot of these modern women to go out there, ride the carousel, and then want to try to slink back. We sit up here talking about how men are dirty and they're dogs and they're this and they're that. And then you try to slink back into a man's life after you told that man he wasn't nothing. You ain't nothing. And matter of fact, this man over here got a bigger D than you do. He got more money than you. What's happening with that? What's going on with that? Oh, well, you know, he wasn't nothing. Oh, that's what I was trying to tell you. Well, you can't come back here. So I guess you're going to be homeless now.